fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you're working on and work alongside while I chat. Or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I am going to be working on my Randall Spangler kit for this quarter, which is afternoon tea. So I have this all kitted up and ready to go. I've got my extra ABs that I'm going to hopefully add in. So let me zoom into where I'm going to be working, and I will be right back. All right, I'm going to be laying my first drills on here, so let's get started. Let me jump in to my life update. What's been going on in my regular life? Again, not a ton. It was kind of a boring week. We didn't do a whole heck of a lot. We got our new fridge. It was delivered. We originally were going to have them haul off the old one, but when we were telling the family about us buying a new one, my husband's oldest wanted to know if they could have it. He'd been looking for a new fridge for quite a while, and they just hadn't bought one yet because they were kind of expensive. And they said, well, can we have your old one? And we're like, it's old, but if you want it. And then we found out they've been making do with like a really, not quite like a college dorm fridge, but almost that small. And several of the shelves were missing. So basically, they had a teeny tiny freezer, and they had the bottom of the refrigerator and then one shelf, and that's it. So they couldn't keep very much in it because they didn't have any shelves in it. So they came over and we helped them put that in the back of hubby's oldest truck, which I'm glad my youngest is here because I don't think hubby and his oldest could have managed it by themselves. And then when we got back we drove it over to their house and helped them put it in their house. They had to take the railings off the stairs. It was just wide enough to fit inside their back door. The youngest went with us to help them do that too, and I'm glad because again, I don't think just two of them could have muscled that refrigerator up the stairs. It's not even that big, and it wasn't super heavy. It was just awkward. But just to kind of, even though we had a dolly to pull it up the dolly up each step, yeah, don't. Hubby couldn't manage it, so it was a good thing the youngest was there. But they got it in, so they're super happy because now they have a bigger fridge for free. They didn't have to spend any money on it, so that was good. And I have to say, I'm really loving the new fridge. I know hubby didn't necessarily see the point in it, but it's 10 years newer, so that should mean it's more energy efficient. It does seem to be cooling better. With the other one with the freezer on top, our ice seemed to take forever to freeze in the ice trays. We didn't get an ice maker because every time we had an ice maker or water in the door with a fridge, it leaked. So we just decided we're going to avoid that whole issue and not get water or ice in the door. I want to buy another nugget ice maker, but those are kind of pricey, so it may be a while before we get one of those. But anyway, the freezer on the bottom seems to be working better, so I'm happy with it. And even though it's really pretty much the same size as the old fridge, feels like it's bigger just because the shelves are configured differently. The storage makes more sense, so it feels like we can actually store more things in it, even though it's the same size, just because the shelves are in a different place. Which seems weird. If it's the same size, you think it would hold the same amount of things, but not when you're limited by the shelves. And now I don't have to bend all the way over to get stuff out of the crisper drawer, so I'm really liking it. So it was a win-win for everybody. I got rid of the old one. Hubby's oldest got a new fridge that they're happy with, and we have what feels like more storage. So good all around. I did get a notice with my bank statement this month that starting in August, my bank fees are going up, which I was not happy about because bank fees are not a thing in the US. Most checking accounts, most banks don't charge you anything for having an account with them because why should they? They're keeping your money and then using it to make loans and making interest off of that. So I was like, okay, these bank fees are going up by $1 a month. And I'm like, well, what am I getting for this increase in bank fees? Is there something new they're doing for me? Nope, they're just charging me more for the exact same product, which is annoying. And I'm sure if people ask, they'd get something about cost of living expenses and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is they don't need it. It's just gravy money for them, which makes it doubly annoying. Okay, I say it's a nice day. We had one nice day this week. It was almost 90 degrees. It was so nice. The youngest and I went for a walk. It was so hot, I was basically just in shirt sleeves, which is very unusual for me. The sun was shining. It was so nice. And the next day it was overcast, cloudy, and raining. And it's pretty much supposed to rain for the next 5 or 6 days. So hopefully there'll be some warmer days ahead. It doesn't need to be 90 degrees, but I'd settle for it being mid 70s. That'd be nice, just so we could spend some time outside, do some gardening, that sort of thing. Don't know if it will happen. We'll have to see. Although I do have to say, it is a little bit weird. When we first got here, the sun was setting at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it got dark really early. Now the sun rises at like 5:30, but it doesn't set until after 9 o'clock. So the day seems like it lasts forever. Like some days it's still light outside when I'm heading to bed, which seems crazy. I guess part of getting used to living this far north, not quite far enough to be in polar days and polar nights, but I was telling my husband I want to travel to Svalbard, the island, just so we can see all the northern lights and stuff. Honestly, I'd kind of like to live there. It's always super cold, and then my son was like, "But Mom, they have polar bears there." Yeah, well, I don't plan to be out wandering the tundra or anything, but I think it would be a cool place to visit and see. And now I'm a lot closer to it than I used to be because I'm a lot closer to the East Coast than I used to be. Does that make plane tickets more or less expensive? I don't know. I always thought it was funny. The closest airport to us billed itself as the air capital of the world, mostly because lots of plane makers were in that city, but it wasn't a hub for anything. You'd think it would be, being in the middle of the country, but no, not a big enough hub, not a hub like Houston or Denver or Atlanta. So it always costs an arm and a leg to go anywhere, basically. I need to look at flights and see what they are running these days. I would like to take a flight back home to see my daughter this summer while she's off. My sister and her family are taking a vacation to Yosemite, I think they said, and then Mount Rushmore. I think that's what they said. I was giving my nephew grief about wanting to go see a big rock. But Aunt Daphne, they have presidents' faces carved on them. I'm like, I know that. I'm just giving you grief about it. So hopefully when they leave on their trip, they'll have fun. I've never been to Yosemite or Mount Rushmore. I'm trying to think, have I ever even been to a national park before? Maybe one, maybe in California. I think that's it. I don't think I've been to anyone else. I mean, I remember vaguely driving through, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, hubby is parked in front of the TV again this weekend. It's lots of races on this weekend. He's been watching Formula One, of course. They're in Italy this week. They're going to be in Monaco next week. That's a race I like to watch. And then he watches Formula E, Formula 2, Formula 3. So he's kind of parked in front of the TV this weekend. He did go have lunch with his dad on Saturday, but the rest of the time he's watching racing. While he was gone to lunch with his dad, though, my son and I snuck in a couple of days of the Blueprints game we've been playing. My son is as hooked on it as I am. He's a gamer, so he's running through all of these rooms and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, slow down, I haven't even looked at what all's in here yet. So he solved a bunch of the puzzles, which is fine with me. He's enjoying playing, and then once he's burnt out on it, I'll go play it at my speed. Because for whatever reason, when did games stop doing this? It tells you how long ago I actually gamed. You know, it used to be you could save 2 or 3 different versions of a game. So, like if more than one person was playing on it or whatever, you can't do that anymore. You just get one save. Since he solved a lot of the puzzles, I didn't want to him to have to start over and everything. Plus, it's kind of fun watching him run through stuff sometimes. But anyway, I wish I could save more than one day. Although I'm apparently out of the loop on that stuff. I was reading up on some forum comments about the game because there was this one puzzle that we just couldn't figure out. And somebody's like, oh yeah, it was a puzzle, but then it's not in the final version of the game. And I'm like, but they left the clue in? That has been really difficult because like everything is a clue. And so you have this one random thing that was going to be a clue and then isn't. They took that piece of the game out, but they left the clue in. I'm not convinced that's true. But then they were talking about, oh, it's part of the code, but it should have been taken out. It's not part of the actual game and blah, blah, blah. And somebody code mined this. And I'm like, what does that even mean? And my son is like, oh, people go into the coding of the game and try to see if there's stuff left in there so they can access stuff. Like, I guess things that got deleted, but not all the way. that were not included in the final version of the game. And I'm like, does that happen a lot? Where they just leave code in that doesn't do anything, or is stuff that they, I don't know, maybe it's like Easter eggs they purposely leave for people who know how to do that, but I don't know anything about coding, so I don't see myself doing any of that. But it's very annoying to think, oh, this clue means something because all the other clues have, and then to possibly find out, oh, this is something that we just left in there, but it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, I guess I suppose they could have left it as a dead end, but that feels annoying as well. So I prefer to think of it as a clue. We just haven't figured out how it works yet. There have been a lot of word puzzles and things that, even though I really like word puzzles, once we figured it out, I'm like, okay, that makes no sense to me, but whatever. We advanced in the game. We figured it out. We got the right answer, even if it doesn't make sense to me what the answer is. So when I started this color, I thought it was just this little piece down here, but it's everywhere. At least I can say I've started on this now for my spangler for the quarter, since I'm basically halfway through the quarter and I hadn't even done anything. I was considering leaving this one as my upstairs kit, and I took my snowman downstairs. But now that I think about it, I wonder if I'm going to switch them. The snowman is smaller, which is why I took it downstairs, but this one will go faster, and it's bigger, so I might get more hours if I finish this one before the end of the month instead of trying to split everything up between two kits again. I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how dedicated I am on working on things for the next few weeks. When I actually sit down and diamond paint, I get some things done. Imagine that. Also, it's going to be a long weekend here. Still getting used to this. Trying to think, did we have a holiday in March? I know there was St. Patrick's Day, but was there another one? Not that I remember. And then, of course, April was Easter. This month, there's Victoria Day, which I'm assuming has to do with Queen Victoria because it's not something the US celebrates. We were shopping at a store the other day and it's like, we're going to be closed on Monday for Victoria Day. And I was like, what's Victoria Day? Hope he doesn't know. Just a day that everybody's closed. Okay, well, it's a holiday. What's the holiday for? I don't know. I mean, I could just go look it up, and I probably will, but okay. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you about my regular life? Oh, yeah. So we've been playing the blueprints. It's been rainy and not very fun outside, and hubby went out to go start his car the other day, and it keeps giving him error codes, and they're different error codes, but he got one saying a low battery warning. And I told him one of the times that I drove it, I got a low battery warning too. It started for me, and once I drove it, and then I think we were going shopping. When we came back out, it started right back up, and I didn't get another error. So I think something's wrong with the battery. He keeps clearing the codes, but it keeps misbehaving. He's putting off buying a new battery for it. One, the batteries are expensive. It's a Volkswagen. And two, for whatever reason, whoever designed this car, the battery is underneath the driver's seat. So not only is the battery expensive, unless you know how to do it, you basically have to remove the driver's seat to get to where the battery is to put in a new one, which he probably could figure it out, but we don't have a garage anymore for him to do all that stuff. It's probably warm enough now. If it's not raining, he could do it outside without having a garage, but so that's probably going to have to get replaced here soon. Hopefully we're all done buying expensive things for now. I'm not planning on buying any more kitchen appliances. All major purchases, other furniture, cars, that sort of thing have been made. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, we don't have any more things that need to be purchased. Well, I say that, and then I suddenly thought, oh yeah, the grass is starting to grow now that it's warmer, which means we need to buy some kind of lawnmower. I'd really like to get a battery-powered one, an electric one, but we'll see. Hubby wants to buy like a whole set, the leaf blower, the lawnmower, whatever else it comes with, the weed whacker, I don't know if it comes with a snow blower too, the set he was looking at, but small steps. I'm like, what do we need a snow blower for, really? I mean, yeah, he could snow blow our driveway, but we don't really have sidewalks or anything. We could just pay someone to come plow out our driveway and just pay that every month instead of buying a big expensive snow blower or something. Just like he was looking at riding lawnmowers, and I'm like, why do we need a riding one? Can't we just buy one that's a push mower? Our yard, it's long and skinny. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to mow even if you had to walk it, so I don't know if he's angling to try and get one of those that we could put attachments on or something. I have a feeling those are going to be too expensive for us though. Anyway, so yeah, just not a ton going on, just regular everyday stuff. We did go up to the in-laws for dinner last week. We're going to go up again, I think, next week. I think. The weeks have all kind of blended together after a while. I can't believe it's mid-May already. And this will be, my daughter's birthday is coming up. This will be the first birthday of hers I've not been with her, so I'm sure we'll do a video chat or something like we did on Mother's Day, but still sucks that I'm not going to be there. Anyway, that's depressing. Enough about that. Let's move on. Okay, that was my life update. Okay, for a slight moment there, I had a panic attack and thought I'd been putting the wrong drills on, but no, I'm good. That would have made me cry to have to pull all of those off. Phew. Anyway, okay, so moving on to my diamond painting life. What's going on in my diamond painting life? Well, for once, more than usual. So if you've been keeping up with the channel, if you haven't, go hit that subscribe button. It's free. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that I finished the Star Wars diamond dots for hubby. He loved it. We haven't framed it yet. It's just hanging up with all my other finishes right now, but it's done. It's another finish, so I can count that. So that was 2 finishes for the month. It was fun. It was quick. And then I actually have a 3rd finish already this month because of the art dot canvases that they sent me. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. That was yesterday's video. That was the mystery kit up that I did because I was just doing an unboxing, but after I looked at everything and saw everything you got in the kit, I was like, I really want to try these out and see how the quality is because I think it would be worth it for the money. You get 12 kits that are licensed, so you could use them in events and things that require licensed diamond paintings without having to spend an arm and a leg for every one. I thought they were cute. Again, some of the stuff was a little dark for me, not typically my style. You guys know I like more colorful kits, but they're smaller, so they're quick. They're round, so they're quicker. And I thought that the one that I did turned out really well. And they all have ABs, so you all get a little bit of sparkle added to it. And you could always add in more ABs. I didn't with the one I did, but you always could. That's why sometimes I'm only doing one kit at a time. It's better for my brain because then it's like, well, do I have ABs for this one? Well, I do, but they're with this other kit. I guess if I kept it to where I was doing one round and one square like I have now, that wouldn't be an issue because I keep my rounds and squares separate. So I already have 3 finishes for the month. So if I finish this and the snowman, which may be asking a lot, if I finish this one, I would be happy. If I finish the snowman, I would be happy. Either way. So if I only get 4, that would be fine. If I get 5, that would be awesome. Don't know if I'll get that many, but if I take it downstairs and I actively diamond paint, which I haven't been doing, admittedly, I've spent more evenings just snuggling on the couch with hubby because, you guys, I am so glad we bought that couch, the one with the pull-out thing, so everybody can lay down. At one point, all 3 of us were just laying on the couch being lazy, and it was so nice. That's been the other nice thing about this game. My son hasn't been holed up in his room. He has to come out into the living room to play it, so I actually get to see him. That was all life stuff. Back to diamond painting. Anyway, so I was going to have all those finishes. The only bad thing is that my stash count went the wrong way, obviously, because I added 12 kits to it, and I was only at -8, so I'm going to be at +4 at least at the end of this month. Maybe not if I finish some things, but certainly I won't be at -8 anymore, so... But that's okay. Like I said, when they contacted me about it, they just asked if I was interested in showing some of their new releases. I had no idea it was going to be a big box like that. So it was a nice surprise. The other thing was I was considering whether or not to do the mystery kit that is still in my stash. I have a mystery kit that I got from Diamond Art Club when they did their very first mystery box. But I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it because typically when you unbox a mystery kit, it's just black and white, so you can't really tell what the image is. You can't tell usually in real life, but as soon as you put it on film or look at it through a camera, you can tell what the image is. And I don't want to ruin the surprise. Like, my thought was to just do kind of a mystery kit up again. Instead of doing the unboxing, just show you guys the kit up and then use my cover sheets to give each section a number and then let you guys vote on which number section I do next each time. So I'm thinking like 1 section a week. So it'd be kind of a longer project because it's a bigger canvas, but I just thought that would be kind of a fun ongoing thing. So leave me a comment down below if you think that would be interesting to let you guys vote on, like do my release papers like I do here, but just number each one, cover the whole painting so nobody can see it, and then I would like run a poll on YouTube or whatever for you guys to vote for a section each week. And then at the end we could reveal or make guesses as we go along what the picture is going to be of. Maybe that wouldn't be interesting because I'm sure there's probably people out there who've already done this diamond painting. Like I said, it was a mystery kit from the very first mystery box they did, so I'm sure other people have done it. But I thought maybe it'd be interesting to do it that way. Or instead of a mystery kit, I just thought that would be easier because you can't tell just from little sections usually what the painting is of. I could do it with any painting, I guess, and just put numbers on it, but I thought it'd be more fun with a mystery kit. Anyway, let me know what you think. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about was DP for pets. I asked you guys, I don't know, last Whip and Chat, I think, or maybe two Whip and Chats ago. I don't know. So here's the official thing, I guess. I'm still going to do a pet themed kit in June myself. And I'll be sharing which kit that is when I unbox it here shortly on the channel. So thank you to everyone who gave me feedback. Basically, what 99% of you said was that you would be fine doing the event without the prizes. It's not the prizes themselves so much. Yes, I could give away some kits that are already in my stash. It's the shipping. Because I don't know where they'd be going, I have no idea how much shipping would be, how long it would take to get there, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like for now, for me, it's just better for a variety of reasons to just forego the prizes this time. If that upsets anybody, I'm sorry, but I can only do what I can do. So it's going to be a DP along. I'm still going to do the event basically just with no prizes. So if you're in the Facebook group, feel free to post your progress pics in there. I will be doing the same. If you're not in the Facebook group, go join it, and then you can see everybody else's progress pics. And if you finish something, if you want to do multiple kits, feel free, just post the progress pics. I'll post the pictures of mine. The one kit I have in mind to do for myself is a larger one, so I don't know how quickly I will finish that one to have a finished pic to post. Hopefully I will be able to get it done within the month. But I also could change my mind before I start and end up doing a kit that is smaller, so I could do more than one. Who knows? The one I'm leaning towards, though, I've had in my stash for quite a while, and it's a bigger one, so I feel like it would be a good one to do to finally work on it and get it out of my stash. So that's the plan for DP for pets. Right now, DP for veterans is still tentatively on, but that may change too. It depends on what things look like for me in November. And since this is basically just going to be a DP along, I mean, I'm hoping everybody that's interested in participating has a kit already that they own that they can use. It just needs to be something pet themed. And if you think it could be a pet, then I'm probably fine with it. I mean, obviously things like horses, dogs, cats, fish, whatever. But if you want to say you have a pet elephant or a tiger or a unicorn or a dragon or whatever, if it's animal-ish, then it's probably good. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress on this one. So, okay, so that's the plan for DP for pets, at least. And because most of you were basically very enthusiastic about, yeah, the prizes don't really matter that much. So many of you commented you wanted just the fun of doing something themed along with other people. So now I'm wondering if I should do some additional themed events. They won't be for prizes or anything. They would basically just be diamond paint-alongs. What kind of themes would you guys like to see? Leave me a comment down below. What I'm thinking is I'll gather like 5 or 6 ideas and maybe do one every other month. Like, so in June, I could do DP for pets. We could do the pet theme, and then we would skip July, and then maybe in August do another one with, I don't know, a fall theme, or I don't know, a cat theme and a book theme, just anything. Ooh, maybe I should go back and look at my scavenger hunt for ideas, like something with jewelry, something with a book, something with a season, I don't know, something. So what kind of things would you guys be interested in? Because a lot of people commented that it would be motivation for them to finish a kit, and I completely agree with that. That's usually my reason for joining an event. I don't care about the prizes. I don't even officially sign up for them 90% of the time. I just think it's fun to have somebody give me a theme and go, okay, I have a kit that will fit with that. Let me do this one. And then I have a reason to work on a kit that's maybe been sitting around in my stash forever. So give me some ideas for those. I mean, I can come up with some on my own, obviously, but maybe there's something you guys would think of that I haven't. And then I can pick out from those, like I said, 5 or 6 of them to do like a poll to pick the first one. That way you guys get some input on what to do. And if I do a poll on the channel, then I think you guys get to see like what's in the lead or whatever. I think that would be a fun way to do it. What do you guys think? Leave me comments about whether you think it's a good idea, and if so, leave me comments about what kind of themes you'd like to see. And you can leave multiple themes in your comment, that's fine. I mean, I already had ideas like seasons, winter, fall, spring, whatever. I don't want to do animals again, obviously, since we're doing pets in June, but I'm trying to think what else we could do. I had a whole list written down, which of course has now completely gone out of my brain because I'm trying to think of them. Okay, anyway, so there's that. So I would be happy to run multiple diamond paint-alongs just with no prizes. Somebody said if that was not too much work. Actually, not having any prizes make things way easier. You guys can just post your progress pics. I don't have to have anybody fill out a form. You don't have to finish. It's just a way for us to diamond paint together and work on kits that are of a common theme. So there's that. Yeah, so let me know. The other thing, somebody, I think I was going through the Facebook group, and somebody had posted a picture of what they were working on, and they had a 3D paint. My brain is getting ahead of my mouth again. A 3D printed diamond painting ruler. I went out looking and found it was from an Etsy shop called Zeus something. It looks really cool, and I would like to try it out. It says it's specifically made for Diamond Art Club's new squares, which I have a couple of, so I would love to test it out. But then I was curious if it would work on other kits, and I think somebody made a comment that there's different versions of it. So I was like, okay, well, let me try different versions. But when I went to the store, the Etsy store, they don't ship to Canada. And I went to Bella Art Dana Cole to see if they had it. They don't have anything like that. So how can I get my hands on one of these little suckers? I mean, I suppose I could have them ship it to my daughter or somebody in the States and then have it shipped to me, but there was only one version available. So I would like to get, because somebody that commented there were other versions, like the first one worked with Dreamer Designs and something something. So if I could get it to work with multiple kits, that would be awesome. So if anyone knows how I could get my hot little hands on those, let me know. You can leave a comment or you can send me an email, diamondpaintinganonymous@gmail.com. So yeah, I was like, oh, I found it. It doesn't ship to Canada. Phooey. So if I missed any other gadgets, I've never seen this 3D ruler before. Did it just come out? I mean, I'm assuming since they're talking about version 3, it's probably been out for a while. How did I miss this? I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised that I miss it. I miss a lot of things, but now that I know about it, it's something I would be interested in trying if I can get my hands on it. Any other gadgets I've missed, let me know. Something you guys would like to see me try out. I still want to try out the Forever Young set, but now I'm debating whether I want to just buy like the ink stamp tower and use the trays that I already have, because I have 10 of the tray bricks that have lids, and I have, I think, like 20 cat eared that have lids, so that would give me 30. So if I did those, I wonder if that would be enough for me to do another one of the art dot kits, if it would have less than 30 colors, so I could try that tower tray setup and see if that works, and if it lets me do things faster. I mean, I love my Elizabeth Ward storage, don't get me wrong, I'm never getting rid of it. And I also have bottle case storage, and I have my little cubies that I love. But if the tower method lets me go a little bit faster, that would be awesome. And if I could do it via the ink stamp method, then maybe I could leave one of those downstairs, so I would be quicker downstairs and upstairs, because they're just like little put together cardboard things. They're not fancy or anything, so I can't imagine they would be that expensive for me to buy the put together ones. I could probably buy 2 of those for what it would cost me for the other one, like a 3D printed one or the Forever Young one that came with the dividers and everything, because I feel like the dividers, I should go back and look and see if I could just buy the 60 trays, because I feel like to be useful for me, it needs to have at least 60 trays because I do so many bigger kits that have more colors in them. Diamond Art Club doesn't typically have a whole lot more than 60, but this one, for instance, I think this one only has 40 colors. Yeah, it looks like 40. But I know I've done, I want to say I've done one that had over 60 colors, but that I could be wrong. Oh, maybe that's the Stay or Go that I unboxed, the dragon one. That one might have had 60 some colors. So I feel like it to be worth my while, it really needs to be at least 60. Those of you who use that method where you kit up into trays and stuff, is 60 enough generally? Or are you someone who just does small canvases? Because I do a lot of bigger ones. So I have a lot of ones that I may need more than 60. I should go through and see. I kept my logbook. My logbook says how many of them have that many colors or how many colors each kit has that I've already finished. And I missed an A right there. Okay, let me fill that in real quick. And then I'm probably going to call it a day. Okay, let me fill that one in. That feels like a good stopping place. And I got most of this filled in, so that's going pretty quickly already. So yeah, I may move this one to be my downstairs kit. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around through all of the rambling. I think I hopped around a little bit there, but hopefully it all made sense. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.